I mean, like, what is going on here? 10 years later, they're going to build a mosque in the building, right? Yeah. Which is part of ground zero. People say, oh, it's 2 blocks away. Not really. Did you know that the landing gear from one of the planes flew off and landed on and went through the roof on that building? I mean, you can't get more on the spot of the battle than flight equipment flying through the roof. Yeah. You know, there's no excuses to make for these people. And they say, oh, it's just a cultural center. You know what? If the Japanese came in 1951 and built the Japanese
cultural center,
a cultural center in the middle of Pearl Harbor, you know, how would that work? You know, how would that look? Is that going to make it any better? Oh, but it's not. No, it's not a government office. They have the flag there. You know, it's the Japanese emperor's flag, but it's just a cultural center. You know, I mean, like, come on. And then the guy who's running it, this imam who's funding it.
Yeah.
You know what? This guy, I was thinking, okay, maybe this guy's innocent, but his hands are dirty too. This guy is he refused to call Hamas a terrorist organization.
Yeah.
He said he praises Hezbollah.
Yeah.
Another terrorist organization wants to destroy all the Jews.
Yeah.
You know Nasrullah, who's the head of Hezbollah?
Yeah.
You know what he said in 2002? He wants all the Jews to make Aliyah, so it'll be much easier for him to kill all the Jews in one spot.
Get them all but right.
You know, he wanted to go chasing them all over the world to get them all. And this guy, Imam Rauf, yeah, he's okay with that. So, I mean, like, oh my God, like, how stupid do we have to be to let this guy do that? Like, what more does he need? Then it's come out that was behind the terrorist flotilla that swam into Israel, and you know, they attacked all the Israeli soldiers. I mean, this guy is just pure bad news, right? This guy's and I'm not saying all of Islam is bad, but this guy is clearly doing this on behalf of Sharia. This guy is building this landmark because he believes it's a battle that's won. Yeah. I can't believe that there's anybody in America who can stand for this shit.
Yeah.
You know how this is. I'm not getting into the legalities of whether they're allowed to do it or not constitutionally. That's not the question. The thing is like this. This is a question of not being a dick. Okay? Yeah. This is called being a dick. That's what they're doing. Oh, there goes the door. It's a question of being a dick. Okay, and that's literally what these people are doing by jamming this thing. It's insensitive to the victims of 9/11. It's insensitive to every American. Somebody's got to stand up and say fair tick.
What's that?
It means enough.
Oh.
And it's not just Islam. You know, like if it doesn't matter who it is. You know what I mean? It's bad taste.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not blaming the Mayor Bloomberg, because his hands were probably tied by, you know, legalities.
Yeah.
But I think it behooves every American to stand up and say fuck you to this.
It's only if they had minarets and a loudspeaker.
Huh?
If they put minarets on the mosque and a loudspeaker calling Muslims to prayer, you know, booming out 5 times a day.
Oh, you know, I hope they do that just to piss everybody.
It's some of those liberal Jews.
Yeah, let the liberal Jews go and go. Oh, let them have their thing. You know what the hypocrisy with the liberals are, and this is, you know, they get so upset because the Christians, you know, blow up. What do you call it? Some crazy Christians will blow up
an
abortion clinic.
Right,
yeah,
right.
And then they're saying, oh, you know, and they get so upset about this, but you know, 19 Muslims fly their planes and kill 3,000 people, right? No, that's okay, you know. It's all good. I get it. We're doomed in this country. We're fucking doomed.
Was there any questions that we missed from last week's show?
Yes, there is. Thank you for asking. First of all, what's your friend's name today? He's called...
Fishel.
Fishel! I'm glad he's here. I want to talk about Fishel from last week. He went by the name of the Tzaddik of Torah Town. I'm going to quote him. For those of you who were in the chat room last week, this is important. he said, and I quote, "Also, since when is theft a capital crime in Judaism? The Talmud says if you steal, you must make double restitution." And that's it. No capital crime there. Jewish wannabes who are listening to this guy, meaning Rabbi Rabs, please be advised that he is the product of a sadly incomplete Jewish education. Quote, unquote. Did he write that, or did he say that?
Yes.
He said that in the chat room last week. Of course, I didn't see it till afterwards. And he's already poigging me. So I'm gonna rebuttal. Your friend, the tzaddik of Torah Town, is a moron, and he criticized what he termed my lack of Jewish education after I said that non-Jews that keep Shabbos are stealing from Jews, and stealing is the death penalty. He then quoted the Talmud in Baba Kama that stealing only pays double but has no death penalty. The moron proved that he, and not me, is the one with the limited Jewish education, because the Talmud that he's quoting talks about when a Jew steals. And I was talking about a non-Jew that steals by keeping Shabbos that doesn't belong to him. Non-Jews stealing receive the death penalty. And that, my friends, is a classic example why you should ignore the tzaddik of Tinseltown, or whatever he calls it, Torah Town, or today he's Fischel. And please be careful in the chat room. Pay no attention to him. Also be careful of anybody in there heckling or disrespecting Rabbi Rabs. Okay, because I'm not allowed to look at the chat room. Yeah. But I'm reading the transcripts afterwards, and I'm going to comment on them. So if you hear things that go against me, just tune it out, okay? And I'll handle it later. Okay.
Okay, great.
Good.
Keep rolling.
All right. Last week we also talked about adultery according to the Noahide laws, and we had the question between ourselves of what's considered marriage according to the Noahide laws. Mm-hmm. And I said I would look it up. Because you said maybe it goes by Din and Malchus Adina, maybe it goes by, what the United States does. Okay, the Rambam Mishnah Torah writes that for a Gentile man and woman, if he and she desire to become married,
right,
this is actually accomplished when he brings her to live in his home and they have relations. In other words, that from this we see that the required mutual intention for marriage is demonstrated when the couple sets up residence together.
Right.
It's the setting up of residence in a spousal relationship as a matter of public knowledge. In other words, she moves in with his house.
Right.
She says, I'm moving in there and, we're going to live together. Now, what's interesting is from that, I might think that living together is a spousal relationship because they don't have that formal wedding thing. She says, I'm going to go move in,
Right.
She says, I'm moving in with this guy. So, according to that, she might need to move out before she has sex with another man.
Okay.
She might need to move out before she has sex with another man. If she's living with a guy, even if they haven't formally married, that's problematic because she moved in. She let everybody know that's her new residence. She's shacking up with this guy, right? Mm-hmm. She may need to move out before she has sex with a second guy. So that's what I'm thinking. Okay. Whether they have a common law marriage or a regular marriage or they're living together, I don't think really is going to make a difference. She's moving in her stuff. She's going to share his bed.
Yeah.
She's in. The girlfriend's moving in. Nobody else can bang her now for a while. Not until she moves out. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
But if she just comes in for the weekend, I think she's fair game. It's like the minute she moves out again, she's okay. Okay. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Is that you accepted that?
Yeah.
All right. Now I want to answer a couple quick questions and move on to the next thing. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Let me have some water. It's hot in here tonight. What happened?
I shut the door when you started using the dick word.
The dick word.
I'll open it up. But you got to give me a signal before you blast that.
Oh, I don't know what's going to happen.
Of course.
What did Leslie say? She said, please.
Don't worry.
Okay.
I've got it.
Someone in the chat last week said he doesn't want to be a fake Jew and follow the 7 laws.
Right.
And that Noahidism sucks. Another person said if you love the Torah, you'll want to be a Jew and not a Noahide. Okay, so I want to address all of that.
Yeah.
You can love the Torah and be happy being a non-Jew, and that doesn't make you less of a person.
Yeah.
There's